Well, hi, Donna, Denise, Katie. I I have the wrong camera on, but I'll suffer through today and see what happens. But I plan to do more of these nowadays to try to get to know you guys better on Let's Go Help too. Most of the time, if you want me to answer personally your questions, if you go over to the Facebook group, and I answer most all of those at first start. So you start a new discussion on Facebook group and tell me what you need money for, and uh, I try to answer those, and then they're up to everybody else to try to answer. And here it's um, a lot of different. I mean, we got a couple thousand people now, so it's hard to keep up on everybody. But I want to as much as I can, and because it's the way I learn. If you don't ask me a question, then I don't know what to research and to find answers for. So it's very important for my development because I want to keep doing this for many years yet. I'm surprised it's doing well because this is something I just started a couple of years ago. I'm trying to keep myself busy in my old age, and it just seems to hit a nerve somehow. And people have been so good to me. And that's why we give um, the grants, the $60,000. I mean, it's because of you being a member that we can afford to give that money. Because, I don't want to buy yachts and stuff like that. But this is the most fun I've ever had in life. And if I'm not having fun, then life really isn't too much fun. You got to make your own fun too. You can't, I feel, expect other people to make your life fun. But you have to keep looking for it. It doesn't come easily. And that's why I hope our work shows you sources of opportunities to help you have fun in life and help you find success. I don't know what success really is, but to feel fulfilled in life and be able to contribute in life. I think that's what it all is. Man, I mean, my philosophy right now is how much can I give before I die? It's not a whole lot left that I need. I don't need more suits. I probably will buy more because it's my addiction, and they're so cheap the way I get them now. It's really fun. In the beginning, I used to have almost all tailor made. Now, with 3D printing and overseas tailoring and everything, it's next to nothing. It's like a pair of sweatpants. Well, not really, but it's fun. But I just did a thing I see that I put up on YouTube, and it'll be over here soon. The government pays you $50,000 to help you with a mortgage and property taxes. Property taxes are a lot of problems people have. We have a report on that. So if you have trouble with your property taxes, let us know. We'll send you that report. And don't forget, first of all, if you have trouble paying property taxes, the office themselves may have programs to help you pay, particularly now down with COVID happening the last couple of years and everything. The government is more flexible. They're more flexible than Chase Manhattan Bank or somebody that you owe money to. Owing money to the government is a lot more flexible. And that's why you deal with them first to see what you could do, what kind of arrangements. Just don't try to hide and try to get a grant to solve every problem or whatever. No, contact that organization you owe money to, because they're used to it. You're not the only one who has trouble paying. So they have things already set up to handle things like that. And there's laws set up to handle things. So they have to follow laws more than anything. So that's why you call that office, that you owe money to, whether it's the Division of Motor Vehicles or the property taxes or whatever, and see what kind of deal that they offer you, if any. And if they don't, then what you do is you call your elected official. Oh, wait a minute. Why don't I have a place to type in here? Oh, maybe no, that's add speaker. Oh, chat on the side. Okay. Grateful to be a member. I want a small business grant to start a candle business. Deborah, love your hair. See, I'm a hair guy. But I feel more like the ex-prime minister of Britain, that stuff that he combed with his egg beater every morning or whatever. I feel we have the same barber. But let me finish the idea about property taxes. So you call them first. Okay, if they don't work, then you go to commoncause.org. And that's a nonprofit organization that has a database you could find your elected officials. See, the only people that could help you with a government that doesn't do what you want to do is your elected official. You call them and they want to help you. I mean, they're lazy and screwed up and things like that, like the rest of us. Just out of the hospital on the 21st. Wow, Deborah. Well, you got to start making those candles. So you go to Common Cause, find the elected officials, and ask them to call, whether it's the property tax people, the Division of Motor Vehicles, or whatever. They have backdoor phone numbers to call and get things happen for you. It may not work all the time, but you have to try it. Everything. If you're going to say ahead of time, it may not work, you may be right, but it may work. That's the important thing. If you don't try, you know it won't work, right? So the only thing you know for sure, it won't work if you don't try. You don't know for sure if it's going to work if you try, right? But you know it won't if you won't try. So that's it. Okay, let's have Deborah now. Okay, Deborah, you're a beautiful, grateful to be our requirement is $20. So we have a pretty high bar to let you in as a member. A knee replacement. Oh my God. Yeah, I've been running for 40 or 50 years now. And everybody says my knees, my legs, and everything was, I kept running until about a year or so ago. And I stopped, nothing to do with my knees, my muscles, or anything. But my brain doesn't work fast enough as I'm running or jogging or whatever. And I trip easy and all this other kind of stuff. It's balance. It's nothing to do with my knees or whatever. Okay, so candle business. Okay, the important thing, I think, Deborah, is that you want to know you need help to start a business. You don't need money. You don't know that. You don't know. I mean, you think you know it, and we all think, oh yeah, if I had $100,000, it'd be good. But that's a tough mountain to climb, and it may take you a while. You may want to do that. You may not. But a better way to solve that problem is to look for help starting a candle business. Okay. Now, see, you and I, if we were starting a business, and this is what I used to do, even with an MBA, I'd say, well, all the money I need, all the things I need, the marketing, blah, 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 and I have a number figure and go out and find money to do it. Well, I'd go out and find money to do it, and I'd fail. And so the first two businesses, I did like that, even one as a computer business, that I failed, and who won? The people I bought all that money from. And the thing is, like a candle, okay, I assume you know how to make candles of some sort. The important thing is that you need a customer. You are not in business until you get a customer. Knowing how to make candles, all that is, to me, irrelevant if you don't have a customer. Because, and the customers don't buy perfect. So much of us want to have the perfect candle or whatever. I mean, that's a good thing, but you want to feed yourself first. If you don't feed yourself, you can't do anything. If you don't, create an income, you're not in business. You're, just trying to get into business. So the most important thing to try to do as quickly as possible is get a customer. And what you could do is, a lot of ways to do it. My mind goes, it's sort of ADD stuff. But first thing I would do, first of all, is don't say you need money to start a business. Say you need help. And you go to these places here. SBA.gov. And when you get there, you want to look for local assistance. And when you find their page for local assistance, I'm going to see, I hope I don't lose you guys. Okay, I'm typing away on the other link here. Okay, here, Deborah, you want to start here. Okay, Now, this is SBA gives money to local nonprofits to help you start a business. Okay. I mean, they'll know where money is and things like that, but get money out of your mind until you start learning the landscape. So we're all sitting here. We know money stops us from doing things. So that's the one thing. So that's the one thing we want to know first. But if you go after that, you lose a lot. First of all, the people who are there to help you start a business know more than just the money. And you have to learn that first. Would you find your live stream recorders by navigating your profile? Okay. And so in other words, to me, if you go to these people and like any organizations that help start a business, say, hey, I need $20,000 to start my business. See, to me, that's like asking somebody for a date and say, hey, showing up at the first day, and I want to have sex or something like that. I mean, nobody wants to hear that. Yeah, and maybe that's implied in a way, and maybe, but no, you have to talk to these people differently, because then you sound like somebody who is just a gimme and not helping. They have so many other things that could help you, so many other ways that you could get money and help to start a business. You have to go out and start learning the landscape. So you go to that website, Deborah, and look for. I have a tiny store on eBay. But so you're going. Okay, so you just you just got to grow. Okay, that's great. Now you call up 3 or 4 of these. They're free business mentors. Okay, the government gives money to these free business mentors. Okay, and so you talk to trying to get a hold of 3 or 4 of them, make appointments for them with them, have them look at your business and see, hey, what do you suggest for me to grow? I need to grow. I need inventory or whatever it is. And approach it that way to see what they say, give you ideas. We don't know what's out there. We don't even know what to ask for and things like that. There are ways, I mean, if you have revenue and stuff like that, I mean, that's, and it's just inventory, there's other ways to do that. And that's why they could help you think through all those examples and the ways to do that. Or you could sell ahead of time. Or, another way to generate income to do that is if you have pictures of candles, but don't have them made because you have to make the inventory. A way to do that, to me, is sell them ahead of time. Let's see, where are we now? We're in, okay, let's say for Easter. Okay, so let's say, Deborah, you have some special Easter candles that you want to promote, but you need 50 of them or 100 of them. I mean, I don't know your business at all. I'm guessing at this, but the same kind of problem is maybe relevant to you. And you need 50 of these candles, but you need money to produce this inventory to sell them. Sell them ahead of time cheap. So if you came out and you say, the first 50 people who buy this new Easter candle, I'm going to sell at half price and deliver by Easter, kind of thing. So you have that money ahead of time to do that. Now, if that doesn't sound good to you for some reason and you think your customers won't like it, then do it as a crowdfunding campaign. So on your store on eBay, you could have a link to your crowdfunding campaign. If you're getting traffic on eBay, then hey, you want 50% off on these great Easter candles. Go to my you order on your on crowdfunding. So that's how you order, whether you use any of the major crowdfunding sites. And that way, maybe people feel more comfortable in ordering that way. But before you make any of those decisions, we'll do, need them for a, we'll do, can't drive for 8 weeks. Wow. Well, you have virtual meetings with these free consultants. So the first thing you want to do is talk to these free consultants. You could sell candles to the government, and get contracts ahead of time for doing that. Just first talk to as many as you can. Try to find 3 or 4 of these people. call them up, say, if we could do a Zoom call so I could explain my business. I need help. I don't know how to do this. I don't have money to throw at it to solve all these problems. So I wonder if you could take a look at what I'm doing and have some suggestions. And you just don't call one, because we all have different minds. We all have different, backgrounds to be able to give more help to you. But it's people that make this. Everybody wants a magic website, and they're there, but what's magic for you is hard to determine. And then if you have all your criteria before you know what's out there, you're just going to miss opportunities. So that we'll do. Can't ever, you are, Deborah. Let's see. Deborah, okay. And if you want to get me, you could start a discussion. I'm going to start looking around and hear more. And I'm not sure how I'm going to be if you could message me, because if I get 1,000 messages, I mean, I'm trapped and can't do that for $20. So I want to help everybody I can. And that's why this kind of thing, at least we all learn from each other this way. Okay, Deborah, you could always send me a message on Facebook and start a new discussion, because I answer those first for now. It'll change. This thing changes all the time. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. We're all guessing, right? Diana, how you doing? I'm a new member as well. I'm wondering if someone can send me my personal report for Missouri grants. I want to go to one place and find all the grants I qualify for. You can't do that. I wish I could. I've been studying this stuff, Diana, for 40 years, and that's literally impossible. I try to do it as much as I can, as well as I can. But we have one thing is close, is that we have a mini grants report for every state. What state are you in? And don't say the state of confusion, because that's where I am. What state are you in? Hold on. I'm trying to get the state. We have the state mini grant reports on Let's Go Help too. I'm not there a lot, and things are changing sometimes, so it's hard for me to know exactly where things are there. But we certainly will get it to you. Let's see. Did you tell me what state? What state are you in? Missouri. Okay. Okay, I think I got Missouri here. Okay. Who is that? Diane, right? Okay. Okay, here's the 500 mini grant reports for the state of Missouri. Okay. And Sabrina, who does a lot of the live videos on Let's Go Help too, she has another state report she does for people. So ask her, that's Sabrina, about a report for your state too. It's a different than mine, but it should help you. And then also remember, here or anywhere else, tell us exactly what you're looking for, the more narrow you got. Because see, the government has maybe hundreds of thousands, let's say 500,000 websites that give money and free help, at least, maybe millions and millions, okay? Organizing that would take a budget bigger than NASA. Now, I've been studying this stuff for 40 or 50 years, and I realize that, and what I know more and what I see that's more, I mean, getting something. Oh, Adriana, the best dressed grandfather. I reached out to the governor of mayor's office. I was told that these funds are normally, well, they're different kind of funds. That's okay. When anybody says no to you, that's okay. You just got to move on, Adriana. Okay, so you have millions of grants and programs available, and yes, a lot of them are for cities and states. A lot of them are for individuals. And truthfully, most of the money that goes to individuals is not even called grants. So that's why it's even bad to ask for a grant. See, but that's a process you got to learn somehow. So that's why if you go and you say, well, I got to ask for a grant. I go to my governor, ask for a grant. See, all he knows is about the grants that he get from Washington that they give out. So from his point, it is only for them to give out. But then, then they have it there to go. It's very complicated. And that's why anybody says anything about grants, they're probably right about some grants. It's just that there's so many, it's called so many different things. You can't, and that's why if you say grants, you're missing 80% of the free money. So it is very confusing. And that's why after doing this for 20 years, what I'm trying to do is teach people in America about this, because you have access to this just because you live in America, okay? And we learn about the 3 branches of government. Will the chamber come? Maybe. And it all depends. And they may be good for mostly for business, they may help. But they don't have everything. And the opportunities are in cracks and little known things. Adrienne, did you want to do you're not the candle lady. I can't go up. Oh, yeah. Adrienne, what I can't, we're Adrienne. Okay, best okay. Fine. Well, I'm big. Well, it is true, Adrienne, that it is true. A lot of grants go to cities and governments and things like that. A lot of grants go to big industries. It's true, and things like that. But it's also true the average family gets over $27,000 per family in personal grants. Okay, so that's a truism through dozens and dozens and dozens of different programs for all kinds of things. And so it's hard. You have to keep your ears open. You have to keep talking to people. To see opportunities. Are you trying to start a business, Adrienne? Because if that's it, see what I told earlier, I need to go to my EDA to find out local county and help find lost capital. I lost in the pandemic as a member since 6 times. Well, if you lost capital, I'm not sure what you, EDA.gov are economic development offices in your state. And I used to send the info in a book. Yes, it used to be the book. This is a lot more fun, and people use it a lot more if I don't send it out in books. So the EDA are organizations that help people start business and grow business. So the problem is you need money, so you want to find somebody to ask for money. But you can't use these programs that way. You have to go, as I mentioned earlier, to the candle lady. You have to go and say, hey, I have a business and I need help. What do you have there to help me with my business? That's how you do it. And then you listen. You listen, explain your business, and you need help. And you have to do that. And you call as many of those people, like those economic development agencies, call as many as you can. Then go to SBA.gov and look for what's called community navigators. Community navigators, you said you lost money through the pandemic. The government just hired all these community navigators in every city, county, whatever, dozens of them in every state. There's thousands of them all together to help businesses that are struggling. So you want to go to that Small Business Administration, SBA.gov, put in local assistance. I put the link up there too, somewhere, and make appointments to talk to community navigators. You're never going to get up this mountain of understanding how this system works without talking to people. Reading websites, and trying to apply to websites and stuff like that. I mean, you may get lucky. Say I need assistance. Yes, you need assistance with your small business. That's the only thing you have to know, and then shut up and see what they say. And if they're miserable to you, then you call somebody else, and things like that. Now, the other thing, like I was just talking to a friend of mine here at the grocery store, that besides business money, there's training money for small business. So for your for your money, for your small business, a candle business, if you have to train people to create product for you, there's training money. Or if you want to learn how to create a new product and have to take a course for $2,000, there's training money for entrepreneurs, business owners to train their employees or to train themselves. That has nothing to do with economic development. It does, but it's in the Department of Labor. See, so that's it. Studying this 40 years or whatever it is. Sir, I'm doing with needing a home. I want to start a food truck business. Well, okay. Yes, sir. Along with needing a home, I want to start. Well, okay. To need a home, what I would do is go to findhelp.org. Okay. And if you put in home there, you will see probably 20 or 30 nonprofit organizations that help people get homes, whether rental or buy or whatever. That's who you want to start talking to, because those are people whose job it is to help people who needs homes. Okay. And that's all they do all day long. So you have the problem once. I maybe help a couple people. I know a lot of programs that do it, but I don't do that on the ground work. That's why in the title of this, I say, ask Lesko and help Lesko. You are important to me because you're out there trying things and finding out about what works and doesn't work. And I need that data. We need that. Members need what you know about trying to get this, but you have to try. Nothing happens by you looking at the internet. Things happen by you contacting offices, finding out what they have, and seeing if that's good for you. That's how things happen. That's how you get further along. We all complain life is terrible. We all know that. And we're going to get beat up no matter what the hell we do. Right? We all know that. And so, we have so many people now that could show us more potholes to avoid, and that's important. And I see, I wrote down the EDA and the SBA for Dad. Good. Sir, along with needing a home, I want to start. So you go to findhelp.org, put in home for your zip code, and you'll see 20 or 30 organizations that help people with housing problems. It's big in the country. We're going to have a lot of things. Like I was just going to write up another programs very soon about, when they're building new complexes, fancy ones, okay, fancy apartment buildings, they're making like 20% of them half price for people who don't have a lot of income. That's what you want to know. You want to know about those things, not when it's after, but when it's building, because then you get on the list for that. See, and that's why it's intelligence. It's being, and the internet is just selling you people like me, hucksters. The internet is selling you, wants to get your money. What Let's Go Help does is want to show you the people who give you money, not get your money. Yes, I'm one of those people who need your money to keep in business and keep doing this work. And that's what I do. If you go and find me, it's to get money from you. See, the researchers I'm doing don't charge any money. So you can't find them in Google because they don't pay Google money if they find you. Google wants to get money, right? They're one of the richest companies in the world, right? So they want to get your money. So they have to get your money. So if you have a problem, they're going to say, hey, look at this guy with the crazy glasses and hair. You give him $20, he'll get your money. And see, that's all it is. Now, the government who says, don't give me any money, I'll give you money, they're not going to give Google any money. So Google has no incentive to show you these people. That's why everything on our website gives you money. Okay, nobody asks for your money. That's why we're having trouble with people who are sneaking in. That's why I don't like Facebook as well. People are able to sneak in and tell them they're me and get money from our members. Find the right person to talk to for help. My dad says it's not what you know. Absolutely, Eliza. You must be an old fart like me. Lisa, right? Let me read it. What Anna said. I'm looking for work for my Sprinter trucking business, which went under after Amazon released their own delivery. Well, I would think any kind of trucking business is going to be has to be good. Now, what you want to do and make it almost a small fish like me. Yes, there's a lot of help for it. Okay, what I told earlier for the candle lady, how do I go about find contracts for loads that are competitive? Yes, a lot of free help for that. And even with the government. See, as a small business, and I think a woman entrepreneur, you can get those contracts. How do you find the help? But you have to get the help. Don't go to internet and look for help because they'll charge you for help. Here's what to do. I'm not able to cover the business expenses that many brokers are paying for loads, which direct me to help me stay in business. Okay. I put it up there. Two things. One is EDA. Well, actually, just go to this one, SBA.gov. But you, maybe I still have this in the link here. Docs. No, that's not it. I'm sorry. That's a report, but you don't want that. Do I have that? Yeah. Okay. Here it is. Now, where did you go? Where did you go? Where did it go? Okay. Okay. Here's the link that you want to go to and find the community navigators where you live. Okay. That's a link. The SBA gives these people grants to help you for free, to help you grow your business, all free. You call 3 or 4 of them at least. Make an appointment to talk to them, to explain the business with you. And you see from these 3 or 4 people, it's like getting married or going on a date. You want to talk to some people. Hey, what can you do for me? What do you know? Everybody knows something different. And you may want to use 2 or 3 of them because they all have different suggestions. You lose them all. Who can I ask for help to either fix my old car or getting one that is more reliable? Take care of my adult son and have to drive him to appointments. Lisa, boy, you're a busy lady, Lisa. Okay. You know what I want to ask everybody? I'm thinking, okay, right now we give out grants of $60,000 every month, and about 110 people who are members get either $500 or $1,000. We get a lot of questions like this, Lisa, people who need money for fixing a car. By the way, everyone here, the 2 things you get is my Meta Grants report, because it has all the best places to start for everything. And if you want to ask me a personal question, I'm on Facebook, and you start a discussion on Facebook, and I answer it personally. I'm trying to start a nonprofit organization. Are there any grants? Yes, Luis. Okay, now the old car. Okay, let me finish that story there, because I want to start another grant, a smaller one, maybe $5,000 a month, and give people $500 to help towards fixing a car. Okay, because you're right, Lisa. If you don't have a car, you can't help anybody. And I'm wondering what you think of that, and anything I should worry about if we say, like right now, we have an application you fill out for the monthly grant, and then we choose people and give them a check for $1,000, a check if they want it, or usually PayPal, or send a check if necessary. And it's, I'm wondering if you see any problems if we offer, 10 $500 checks to members who need help fixing their car. Okay. Now, let me know here, or send me a message somewhere about that, so I can get your input on if this is a good idea or a bad idea. Okay, now let's show you how to get a car, Lisa. Go to findhelp.org. Okay, you go there and you put in transportation. First of all, it's going to ask you for your zip code, and when you put in your zip code, let's see. I'm finding another report for you, Lisa. this is easy. I'll do it this way. This will be a lot easier for Lisa and everybody else. Okay, Lisa, I'm going to, here's the link to, okay, here's the link. Look at number 10 in that report I just gave you. It's my Meta Grant reports. And that shows you step-by-step how to find free cars or free help to fix a car, okay? And when you say you live in Oregon, they don't like to give out money. Well, yeah, people don't. Everybody's special money, but that is, are you saying there is no money in Oregon? Then that's silly to say that, because it's absolutely not. Are you saying that they don't give out money in Oregon? That's silly to say, because I'll show you data. They give out $14,000 for every person in Oregon, government money. So the programs you talked to were that. It's sort of like, no people want to have sex because you asked 10 of them and they don't want to have sex. Well, hey, most people do. So it's just not the people you talk to. So what's wrong with that thing? Okay. So that's what it is, at least me, but that's a biased opinion. But it does take work. I mean, that's it. See, we want to be easy, and the people out there are marketing, say how easy it is, just give me a lot of money and be all it easy. Well, I think I know this stuff more than anybody else in the country, and it's still not going to be easy. I don't think anybody else does it easier. I would have as much knowledge about where and what and how to find it. But it is not easy. If you expect it easy, that may happen. You may get lucky, but it may not. Okay, Luis, if you, here's a report for you for starting a nonprofit. And let me find the number in that also has, oh goodness, I'm sorry, I got all the tabs that are open. Let me see what number it is there. I keep forgetting. Boy, as I get older, I got holes in my brain. Things fall out. Let me look for this. I'm sorry, it's taking long. I want to tell you what number it is in the Meta Grant report, because that's has everything profit. Oh, I got 10 different ones I got to do. Okay, 29, item 29 in the Meta Grants report. Okay, if you go there, okay, who wanted the? Oh, who asked for? Oh, yeah, Lewis. Okay, there's a link to our Meta Grants report, and you look at item 26. Okay, and now that has step by step on where to go, and you have to do some legwork, some research, some contacting, or whatever, to make it happen. It's not, the world isn't like set up for you to just fill out an application and see if you get the money. I mean, you could do that, but you're probably not going to get anything. You have to do more than that to be able to get something. People get it all the time. Hundreds of thousands of people get it all the time. So it's hard, or it can be. And the problem is, if you don't believe it's hard, what's going to happen? You will think it's easy, and you're going to stop the first roadblock that you have. And you have to get through that. There's going to be, you get excited about something, and then what happens? It's going to get hard, okay? And if you don't continue in the bottom of that to come back up the other side and get on, the good part again, it is, all of life is that way. There's no shortcut. I could promise you'd be happy, but I'd be lying because it may not happen. It may happen. But if you're not set, and realize that it may work, then you won't do it. Now, if you have another way to get this money, fine. You go and do it. Ignore me, whatever. If you don't have another way to get it, see, I mean, to me, it's a democracy. We all have access to it. Every rich person in this country uses it. They know it takes work, but they hire somebody to do it. That's what I used to be. Now, you can't afford to spend $10,000 to do this, somebody, but you could afford 20. Now what I have to do is teach you how to do this. Nobody else teaches you in this country. You go to school and they teach you about the government as 3 branches of government. That's about it. They don't tell you all the resources. I mean, the government represents, listen to this, 1/3 of everything in our country is the government. So if you're ignoring the government, you're ignoring 1/3 of life. I mean, that's fine. You get along without it if you don't want to use it. Right? There's no way. But it's resource. If you want to do something in this country, the people who most likely have the money for help you do this is government programs. Okay. If you think it's too hard, fine. Then I guess you don't want to do it as badly as you think you do, or whatever. But it is there. I mean, like right now, boy, I mean, everything, millionaires become billionaires because of government programs. Now, to me, I want to teach the rest of the world to learn just subsistence and have a decent living to do it. And there's government programs for that, whether it's getting income from generating your own money or getting a good job or getting an education without having to spend $40,000 a year, going to university. That you don't have to do that. And now there's more help for you to get a decent job at any age. You can be 60 now, no degree, go get, 6 months of training for free, maybe even get money to live on while you're taking that training and start a job for $60,000. That will go up to $100,000 or more, no degree. That's what's going on now. That is expanding more than anything else in our country right now, whether it's healthcare, or pandemic, or whatever. I know how to get student grant that covers classes and some books. I know how to get, but how to get to take care of my rent, utilities, and expenses. Yes, Lisa. Well, in that, in the Meta report, there's sources for all those. Okay, look, there's sources for rent, sources, utilities, and other expenses. Now, it's not guaranteed, but that's what they're for. So you have to apply. You have to figure out where they are, where you live, to see if you can take advantage of them there. And I even have, maybe I could find them quickly. Let's see, let me get this utilities and stuff. Where are you? I'm looking at my Meta grant report. So before you download that Meta grant report, you'll see it on the chat there. You want to make sure you get a copy of that before you leave today. Okay. Okay, I got it now. Okay, this is in the Meta grant report. See these 2 items. Now there's like 50 different things in the Meta grant report, 50 different subjects actually that I have the best sources for in the Meta grant report. I mean, this is, so there it is, Scott. Okay, great. Okay, you got that. Oh, Lisa. Okay, so down there you see I just put 2 links for rent, utilities, and other expenses. But now it takes follow-up. It could take you a dozen calls or more to find the right office. That is what you have to be prepared for. We are having 6 months of road construction on my doorstep. Literally, the sidewalk has been reduced to 3 inches in front of the door, and the parking is gone. So are the customers. The city, the DOT, and economic development all say they have no pathways funds to help us. Any suggestion? And yes. Okay, Scott, there is, if you talk to economic development of the city, the DOT, economic development, well, that's good. At least you went to a lot of places. What I would do is, how are you going to deliver? So people, you don't have traffic. But if you come out with a clever thing, something clever to tell the media, the local media, like maybe you give free shoe shines because your shoes are going to get dirty coming to the store. So how do you get people to know you have something for sale? Say, look, what I found, I love dressing like an idiot, and dressing like an idiot got me on so much free programming that I didn't have to buy advertising thing. And I love acting this way and doing it. So I didn't have to buy ads. And I still live on that. Okay, so now you have a business, or now here's what you do. You go to the same economic development office and have them see if they would put money to get a joint website for all the businesses that are affected. Okay, so, and just put up a website for every business that is affected and will deliver, so that customers that were there who know you, instead of going through all that shit, now they can just go online, order what they want, and you get Uber or somebody like that to deliver, to deliver. So how do you curate something special, unique? Because see, if you do something special and unique, then you don't have to pay for advertising. That's how you get people to know about something. There's so much free stuff out there, free ways to advertise. You don't have to pay for advertising. So now, if the object is people hate coming to your store because of the construction, they don't have to. You have a special. You're giving something half price, and you don't even have to come to the store or whatever, just to get notice about what you're doing, and whatever. See if you could get the Chamber of Commerce involved or somebody to help you with that, because so many programs, or actually call your elected official. I keep running into programs every day. There's COVID money for this, that elected officials probably don't even know, or actually the people that are running the thing. So talk to your federal people, your congressman and 2 senators' office, about having them find special grants to keep you open. Maybe if the elected officials aren't clever enough to find out the money that they could use for this, they have so much money locally. This is true in a general sense, so every place may be different, but you have to try. Go to this. commoncause.org and put in your zip code. Do you have prescription? Yes, definitely. Yeah. Are they so cool? I'm a former optic. Yeah, no, I get them in China or somewhere, and next to nothing. Here, they just toss too much. They worry me to death. They cost too much. They worry me to death. So listen, how about, what do you guys think of if we have a $5,000 grant that we give out, $500 a piece to people who need help with car repairs? Does that sound like of interest to members? You guys are all members, right? So I got 35 people that are all members right here, right now. No kidding. We get discounts through Dad. Who's Dad? I thought it was your father. That's what oh, thank you, Diane. See, somebody. That's a great, Louise. Okay, great. So you think people would appreciate that? What I worry about, see, in Washington, D.C., like $1,000 is like lunch for these people here in Washington. And I know members aren't that, And oh, of course. Oh, thank you. So that's what it is. And really, everybody would be helpful. Thank you. Uh, and take a look when people ask for something. I mean, we try to answer everything, and we have an audit that we make sure we add it. He's 83 and runs to, oh, cool. Oh, well, well, I'm 80 almost. I'm a couple months away from 80. And I'm planning doing this till my head falls in the soup bowl and I don't get up. Man, there's nothing better in life. Lisa, where do you live? Where are you? It would be helpful. Oh, thank you. And yeah, and talk to members and tell them if you know anything. Oh, Oregon. Oh, I remember Oregon. Oh, yeah, you said Oregon has no money. You just got to bang it out of them. Yeah, it's sort of like, that dog has no love. Well, it does, and all the statistics say like otherwise, but you're right. I mean, certain places you went to doesn't. I would love money to help me with the down payment for a new car and monthly rent. Okay, there's nonprofit organizations. Give me a sledge here. Yeah, you may need that. There's nonprofit organizations do that. Diana, look at here. If this is start combing through. No, that's the wrong one. Not this one. This is just for utilities and rent and stuff. No, I want to send you the one for the Meta grant. Okay. Look at, I'm going to put a link down here. And when you get that, look at item 10. And now when you get that, what you have to do is, do you have, okay. Item number 10 in this is help for cars, for free cars, and there's a nonprofit that does help with that. And also your local Career One Stop. A lot of them have money to buy cars or fix up cars. Do find help that or charge. I tried to register. They asked. That's not the right place. And no, they would never charge her. I use it 10 times a day. Yeah. What happened is that, the scam people are so clever, and that's why when I put in an agency's name about something, I get 50 websites first that sort of sound like it, but they're going to charge me money. Then the one that really gives me the money, you never find it. It's way down somewhere. Okay. Let's see. There. Findhelp.org. Okay, Ann. Who else needs something? I run out of time. I got people at my door. But I'm going to do more of this. It's a way for me to learn, and I hope for you to learn. I hope you know that you have to ask questions. Nothing happens unless you ask questions. And then you also have to help people with things too. Like you see somebody and give them some suggestions of what you know about. Maybe if you don't know anything, we'll just give them a pat in the back. We all need that. Do you have prescription lenses? Oh, that's okay. Of course, be helpful. Thank you. Okay, so make sure if you haven't downloaded that government grant, Menta grant report, that has 37 problems that we all face in daily life, whether starting a business, getting housing, or whatever, and it has the sources. And it's my cheat sheet for answering questions, okay? You skipped over my question. What's the question, Anthony? Well, I can't, we have, they don't, they just go, would be helpful. Where is it? What did you, yeah, I was asking the wrong type of question for this second. I don't see the question yet. Anthony, or Anthony. Where is funding for a high-tech art gallery and museum exhibit funding? The virtual and meta exhibits are real and viable businesses. Yes. No, that's starting a business or a nonprofit. You know, the same thing I start with other people on that. Here's what you would do. I mean, look at the meta report that I have there and look at item number 11 on the meta report. How do I get it? Okay. I'm going to put, and then also here is how to find free consultants. You go to this, you know, Community Navigators link, and you make appointments with as many of those as you can to go over your idea. And this is what you want to do. I mean, it sounds like a hot thing. There's more of that going on now all over. So you want to go and talk to people whose job it is to help you start that. See, all these community navigators, they get paid. You don't have to pay them a nickel to help you think through that idea, help you find answers to all your questions, and to get that idea off the ground so that you support yourself and you support other people in the community. Okay. That's what they get paid for. Okay. So your tax dollars are going to waste if you don't use them. Okay. And that's, oh, I have to hit send. That's the only way that works. Okay. A lot of new information. Okay, if you need help with us and you can't, we're not answering the right questions for you, you contact. Okay, Magic Marriott, let's go help at gmail.com. She gets the answer. Anything you have about your account or anything we screwed up, or yeah, we screw up a lot. So, especially I do at my age, man. I always plan on it. It's easier than the trying to be perfect. So it was fun to chat with you guys. I'll be back. I do 1,000 things, so I don't have a regular thing. Tim, but I'll try to figure that out. But thank you all for your patience and being so kind to us. I've never had, you're still, oh, thank you, Anthony. I never had so much positive feedback in all my life than when I started these groups. I hope I could help you as much as much I possibly can every day. There is nothing more I can think to do the rest of my life is help as many people as I can before I die. What the hell else we have to do, huh? You're great. Thank you for everything.